Tara, hey, congratulations for season 2 of Crossing Swords.
Yay! December 10th on Hulu.
That's right. That's right. Why, what, in your opinion, why do you think this show resonates so much with its fans?
Well, first of all, I think anything Stoopid Buddy and Seth Green is involved in is irreverent and funny and clever and hooks you because it's completely unique to any other animation that's going on right now. Most things are computer generated, but of course, Stoopid Buddy is still stop motion and strives to improve that every day. It's fascinating to go through those studios and watch how intricate a procedure it is to make each thing. Each episode, so many people go into making it such an extraordinary, visually exciting show. It is not done all on a computer. It is done in real life stop motion. And I also think that it happens to be a crazy time on the planet where people are really hungry for comedic breaks from their lives, and it's unique to anything else. There certainly are some shows that have some adult humor, but um, Crossing Swords is all adult humor all the time. And it's clever and funny and irreverent and pushes all the buttons and raises all the crazy, I don't want to say glass ceilings. There's got to be like a good dirty word for that. They raise any kind of dirty ceiling. But it's just fun, and it's also fun to sort of have a peek into the medieval world. It's always been such a fascinating thing to think about how people existed back then, and to think of people as like highly sexualized and vindictive creatures. There's probably a lot of truth to that. So to explore it and make it fun is exciting, and I think people are interested to sort of see what that looks like and how these characters are going to bring that action to life.
Now, I wanted to remark that this show was kind of born during the pandemic. Did you have a chance to see the behind the scenes action, or you don't usually get involved with that?
Yeah, no, this show started before the pandemic, so we were actually in season one going to the studio, working very collaboratively. I got to tour the studio and see all the sets. I got to meet a lot of the crew. So many people go into making this. I mean, I loved walking through, and some of the people were like, oh my gosh, it's Tara, and oh my God, I do your mouth. And they showed me like the stickers that, are all the different mouth example, what's the word I'm looking for? Like all the different mouth placements to get Coral to talk, and each character has their own library of mouth stickers or whatever they're doing. It's so collaborative and so intricate, and I'm really glad that we did start before the pandemic because it's really like in my brain how that all looked. It's like a fantastical world, and it really translates when the show's on the air. You really feel like you're in this crazy world with them. It's so well done and so funny.
What do you love about voicing Coral on this show? I mean, do you ever feel guilty on saying some of these lines?
Nope, nope, I don't. I don't feel guilty at all. It's really fun to have this very strong female character because I'm sure back in the day she probably wouldn't be someone that's leading her own ship or taking her own adventures or controlling all the men around her. So what a fun character to get to play, and to push all the boundaries and just be crazy. I love playing Coral. I think she's sort of in a world all of her own, and fearless and brave and funny, and doesn't really take BS from anybody.
Now, of course, this season, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there's going to be some surprises for Coral, especially with an eye patch.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of surprises, which I'm not allowed to tell you about. There's going to be weddings, there's going to be drug problems, there's going to be all kinds of crazy hijinks, and everything you loved about season one is going to be exponentially button pushing and even greater in season two.
Now, your career spans on so much randomness. I mean, this show has a lot of randomness itself, but you go from kids shows to adult shows. Heck, you are a clock on Loki. I mean, how do you adjust to all these different characters for yourself?
Well, whenever I embody a new character, they really do live up in my brain. They become their own entity, like almost sentient. And when it's their turn to come out and play, they do. And I know everything about that character, how they think, who they like, what they dream about, how they interact with people. And creating a character is a pretty collaborative process. They'll give you the drawing and in the initial audition and sides, which is a portion of the script, and character breakdown, and then you as the actor sort of have to think, what does production really want to hear out of this character, and then you take a stab at it and hope that they like what you've brought to the table. And she's just one of those characters that I would never mix her up with Timmy Turner. You know what I mean? They're two completely, or Miss Minutes. They're all just different entities, and they all have their own worlds and their own relationships, and they never really cross over unless there's a crossover. Which maybe we need to recommend, like Crossing Swords Loki. I don't know. That might be kind of a good idea. Hold on, let me write that out. That's a good idea.
That would be nuts. I most certainly. So with the choral character like this, you embodied choral, or there's already choral, a little bit of choral inside of you?
Oh, that's a good question. I definitely well, it's like she now lives in me, but I'm sure if I'm honest, there's little parts of me in everything that I do. And certainly a female character that wants to be taken seriously in leadership during a time where maybe that wasn't so welcome is something that I think women in general still fight for. They still fight for equality and to be seen as someone that could take charge of a situation that may have in the past been predominantly men. So I think that feistiness and her unafraid to say what she feels to misogynist counterparts is definitely a part of me, even though, for the most part, I'm pretty nice until you cross me too many times.
Mm. And one last thing. Do the Stupid Buddies give you a peg figure for a keepsake since you have voiced it?
Yeah, well, we had an initial press junket, or not a press junket, but initial press day at the studios, and I had, my little coral toy, and I'm like, "Can I have this?" And they're like, "You can steal it." So I stole it, and I don't think anyone else has one, but I do have one.
Terrific. Well, you know what? You're such a gem in the business. Thank you very much, Tara, for speaking to us. And once again, congratulations for season 2.
Thanks, Gig.
Hey, thank you.